Duqu 2.0 is the most sophisticated APT campaign ever discovered. It resided completely in the memory of the infected systems and concealed data in JPEG and GIF images. Let's take a closer look at how it unfolded. The first step is to establish a foothold on a machine. The initial infection vector is unknown, but the most likely culprit is a spear phishing attack. After infecting the machine, the attacker uses this 0 day to escalate to the highest privileges locally. Now he has system-level privileges. With these privileges, the attacker executes 2 sets of payloads onto the computer. Payloads L, G, and I disable the security suites using code injection and data manipulation. Payloads Q and K to inject the malicious modules into the memory of the computer, launching the command and control backdoor. From here, he steals domain credentials, which he will use to move laterally. Next, the attacker discovers information about the environment via Active Directory reconnaissance. Why Active Directory? Because it stores all of this information. Now that he's identified his targets, he moves laterally and begins to infect other endpoints inside the domain. The Duqu algorithm has the ability to deploy multiple methodologies autonomously. One example is a pass the hash. A hash is stolen and used repeatedly to authenticate to other endpoints. One of the hallmarks of Duqu is that it uses high uptime servers to reinfect computers in the domain that get disinfected by reboots. As soon as a computer is powered back on, it can immediately re-inject the malware into memory. Why do the attackers choose not to have a persistence mechanism? It's because surviving in memory allows them to bypass the AV and other endpoint detection technologies. The high uptime server spreads the infection, and then monitors and controls the other infected endpoints inside the corporate domain. Once the modules are installed, it is time for the final stage: data preparation and exfiltration. Duqu 2.0 prepares the data using a very unique and stealthy methodology. It conceals data inside JPEG and GIF images. All of the traffic from the infected endpoints is funneled to the high uptime server through SMB pipes. This way, there is only one communication channel between the attacker's CNC and the victim's network. The attacker transmits the concealed data from the high uptime server via HTTP, reducing the likelihood of detection. So you've seen how Duqu operates its campaign. But what would happen if Javelin is thrown into the mix? Would the technology disrupt its campaign? Let's find out what would happen during the reconnaissance and lateral movement phases of attack. The current user on this Windows 7 machine is Mike, and he is on the mcdonalds.demo domain. As you can see, Mike is a low-privilege domain user only. For this demo, we are going to manually run a bat script file that contains base64 PowerShell. After running this script, you can see that Empire now has control. We are going to see in the next few minutes how Javelin will detect a lateral movement attempt. The first step for any attack is information gathering: computers, users, services, etc. We obtain this information from the Active Directory. We'll do a query now to get all the computers, and let's see what we get. And here is a list of computers. The magic of Javelin is to obfuscate even the legitimate queries so the attackers will fail in their intelligence efforts. Now let's try the same query, but this time for users. Again, what you see here is the obfuscated data. The attackers think this is legitimate data, but in reality it is false. They will fail again with their intelligence efforts. Okay, now let's shift to credential theft. One common option to steal credentials is finding a powerful user like a domain admin with an active session on the target machine. Here, the attacker discovered that IISadmin2 is a domain admin. This IISadmin2 is not a domain admin, it's actually a domain user. It's only a domain admin from the attacker's perspective. The next step for the attacker is to find the hash or the password of that domain admin, in this case using Mimikatz. Now that the attacker managed to extract IISadmin2 user, he will try to move laterally. Once he launches invoke WMI module to move to a different machine, he will fail and Javelin will detect him. The adversary can no longer advance inside, meaning the campaign is terminated. Thank you for watching. For more information, please visit our website at www.javelin-networks.com. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe